Hello everyone, I'm Restrafter, and today I'm doing something a little bit different than normal. One day while I was scrolling through YouTube Shorts, I found this epic video of a Roblox game. When I saw this, I knew I had to play it. But I was surprised when I came to find the game that it was dead. But I decided to play it anyway, and now, here we are. Now I'll start off by saying this game is kind of cool. Me and Savage ended up playing this game for 3 hours straight. The further I got into the game, the more I wanted to play and learn about everything, especially when I got to the boss in the prologue, the final enemy. Now this game does have its own story type thing, but I know most people on Roblox don't really care about story. It's cool to see. From what I understand, the story in a nutshell is, as all isekai anime start, you died. Though sadly you didn't get transported into a world and have a huge harem or anything like that. No, this is a bit different. You didn't get transported and you awaken as a spirit in a destroyed city. Where demons and I think evil AI has taken control or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I kind of, not paying attention too much, but I still read some of it. So you're awake. These 3 relics, they're reaching. Oh, what? I don't know why, but it seems they're calling to me. For you. Calling to you for me. I am you and you are me. Choosing a memory module. Oh, is this when you get to pick a class? Now for you as a player, you have to choose an avatar type thing. Either the anime chick with a gun, a Yu-Gi-Oh lover, or the Chad. You do get more later on, but let's get into the actual game now. Oh god, Sarge, it's transformation, it hurts! I'm a girl now. I can't believe I've done it. Now, Savage picked the Guts cosplayer, so I picked the Yu-Gi-Oh girl. I know, how far have I fallen? Not about the Yu-Gi-Oh part, that's epic. Now, I couldn't play with Savage straight away, because I had to play through the tutorial missions first, which were mostly annoying in my opinion, but that's just because I'm a certified gamer. Before I did the last tutorial, I had already, I already knew everything that it was going to teach me. So all the missions and menu tutorials that were being thrown into my face a lot of the time was not really needed. Even for the 5-year-olds that play these games, it's probably a bit too much, and they could have definitely maybe dialed it down or spread it over longer, or it just felt definitely way too much in the face. But once me and Savage got past that, we both, I think, really enjoyed our time leveling up and playing this game. It's pretty simple, and it kind of acts the same way as like Peroxide leveling system. If you've ever played that before, essentially when you get experience and then you put that into like a specific stat point instead of like leveling up then putting a point into a stat. Your level is dependent on your actual stat thing. Yeah. If you play Peroxide, you'll probably understand. For the visuals, I would say that it's pretty good, definitely better than most games, like I don't know, maybe like Blocks Fruits or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, definitely better than most And for the skills, I mean, it's nothing too crazy, no Kamehameha waves or nukes or anything like that, but still pretty cool. I mean, I really love, my favorite skill for this class has got to be my third skill, just for the sound of Chaos Beam! No, that's all I'm doing. It sounds pretty cool though. Can you hear the sound effect? Just moving on to the actual combat, it's pretty simple but cool as well. Like, you can fight enemies in the air and parry them, which I don't really use too much, especially when you're in the air. You don't really need to block or parry, you kind of just dodge everything. But still, parrying, especially for the melee class, is probably pretty cool. It stuns your enemies for a second, which can help you deal more damage, and obviously you don't take damage when you parry, so it definitely come in handy for a more melee class for sure. Nothing really too complex, but yeah, just nice and easy, which I kind of like. So I've talked about little bit about the story, and you've probably seen the skills and the combat as well through the gameplay that I've been showing. But what is the gameplay actually like? How does one play this game? Well, it's quite simple. If you ever play like a mobile game or Anime Dimensions on Roblox, this menu here might seem a bit familiar. Essentially, you have to do missions. They call it dungeons in this game, but by doing these missions, dungeons, whatever, you do them to level up, and most of them are all kind of the same. Some of them you have to like defend a point, where you have to protect that point, but normally you just have to like go through a few waves of enemies, about maybe nearly 10. I don't think it's actually 10, but it's nearly 10. But after you've gone through these waves, you defeat a boss and get some rewards. Though you don't really get that many in the early game. Because me and Savage are in the prologue, there's sadly not that much loot. I'm guessing later on in the game there's more, but because we're in the prologue, there's like not that much, which is kind of a shame. But it didn't take long, after maybe a few hours, 2 hours or something. As I said, we played this for about 3 hours. We got to the final mission. Now, all the missions up to this point were pretty easy. They weren't really that hard. They're kind of walk in the park. The one before the final one was a little bit scary, but yeah, nothing too crazy or anything like that. But this final mission for the prologue, we had a lot more of a hard time. It was a lot more difficult, that's for sure. We ended up dying quite a few times on this mission. But this was actually kind of a good thing, because it was finally time to take everything we had learned over these few hours and start experimenting with a few things. The next day, I was messing around with different skills and combos, different gems to increase my damage, different accessories as well to do the same. And you can also obviously switch the different characters. You don't have to play as the one you chose at the very beginning. And it was actually quite fun, especially because you can buy the like highest tier of gems, which is like, your accessory type, little buffs type things in the shop, and they're not that expensive. It's kind of nice being able to like just have the full freedom to kind of just buy or kind of do whatever you want. You don't have to grind for hours on end. Like, this could have taken hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But yeah, because I had the shop, it's actually really nice, and I got to make my build the way I wanted it. I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted. And after experimenting with different things to find my style, I made my new set, my new build, which I will call the Immortal build. By increasing my damage reduction stat by just a little bit, and also equipping these gems and accessories for more damage reduction as well, my base defense theoretically is around 50%. I say theoretically because I think the more defense you have, the less it boosts. So say at first, you put 1 point into your defense, it goes up by 1%, but then by the second point, it goes up by 0.9. And I think the gems also start to get scaled down the more you have. But either way, I should have around 20 to 50% damage reduction, I think. Around that limit. And also because I'm this kind of medical or support class, I have a healing skill as well. This healing skill also doubles my HP pool. It gives me extra health. I heal more health than my max, and I think it goes around to double. So that as well, with my 50% possible base form damage reduction, is pretty good. But then I also have my skill. This skill increases my damage reduction by another 50%. So if I activate my healing and I'm basically immortal. Which this was definitely the most fun I've had actually in a while playing a Roblox game. It's weird. It's actually really weird. In some forms, I actually had more fun with this than Peroxide, because I gotta mess around with stats, and as I've called this build the Immortal build, I've possibly become immortal just by messing around with different stats and things like that. It was nice. It got my brain kind of ticking again, which I like. But yes, with this new Immortal build that I have made, it allowed me to solo that last mission. But by only playing 5 hours of this game, I've really enjoyed my time, and I hope you guys will too. If you want to see me play the rest of this game, which is only Act 1, Act 2 isn't out, because I only played through the prologue, surprisingly. But yeah, if you want to see me play Act 1, hit that like button and subscribe as well. If this video gets to 5 likes, I'll definitely make a part 2 of just Act 1, because I think Act 1 has a bit more maybe story stuff and cinematic scenes, so that might be really cool if you guys want to see. I'll probably still make part 2 even if I don't get 5 likes, but I'll definitely do it faster if I do get 5 likes. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.